We have another situation in Japan where the local people and tourists are once again fighting it out.
I beg your pardon. I did not know. It's so bright.
In just a day, over 11 million people have seen this clip and are arguing back and forth who's in the wrong. Right now, there are more tourists than ever before in Japan, and the tensions between local people and foreigners are incredibly high, which is why videos like this are constantly going viral. Seeing a clip like this circulating online is basically like the bat signal in the sky for me to come and set things straight.
Don't smoke. It's private. Sorry, what sorry?
Since this argument is about smoking in Japan, before we dive in, I think it's for the best if we start by laying down all the information we have. First of all, smoking is incredibly popular in here, and actually, Japan is one of the top importers of cigarettes in the world. However, smoking outside is a bit of a grey area. It is illegal, and you're supposed to do it in designated areas, but it's really a rule that is not heavily enforced. Which is why wherever you go, you see people smoking on the streets constantly. It is one of those things that is technically illegal, but most people don't bother following the rule. Not everyone agrees though, and there are people who are vehemently against smoking. Like this guy, whose YouTube channel consists of him going snowboarding in Happone and hunting people who are smoking on the mountain so he can antagonize them.
おい、そこは喫煙所の外だぞ。喫煙所の中で吸えよ、ちゃんと。ちょっと人がいっぱいで。いやいや、だから中で吸えよ。そこは外だから。喫煙所の中じゃないから。まったく何考えてんだ、ゼッケンまで来て。おい、タバコ吸っただろ。すいませんじゃないだろ、おい。なんでタバコ吸ったんだお前は、おい。すいません。すいませんじゃないだろ。タバコ吸うなよ、おい。はい。タバコ禁煙なの知ってるだろ、おい、ほら。はい、すいません。
As you can see in here, even though the other guy is apologizing and trying to de-escalate, the guy filming keeps his aggression on and tries grabbing him. Together they go to the lift operator, who simply says that everything is just fine as long as the guy doesn't smoke again. The lift operator even laughs with the guys being accused once they figure out that the guy filming is doing this just because he likes getting mad at people.
いやバカって言われたくなかったらタバコ吸わなければいいんじゃないですか。ぶつけただけでしょ。いやいやいや、そもそも僕が捨てたのが悪い。いやいや吸ってるのをタバコ吸ったんでしょ。そもそも捨てることが悪いね。僕あなた怒りたいだけです。
Now, I'm not a smoker and I don't like smoking. So in principle, I agree with the guy filming that the people really shouldn't smoke there because it's not technically allowed, so they shouldn't do it. However, I can't really agree with his tactics since he is clearly a bit crazy with how he does this and also goes way too far trying to escalate the situation and get physical. So now that we know who's filming and what the smoking rules are like in Japan, let's see what this viral video is all about.
Don't smoke. It's private. Sorry, what sorry? I beg your pardon. I did not know. It's so private. Oh.
Hey, don't yell at her.
What?
Don't yell at her. She didn't know.
Didn't know?
No, it's her first time.
First? Look, it's so private. Assholes.
Fucking crazy, man.
What? What?
Well, you're going to touch her? I'll knock you out.
What?
You don't talk to women like that.
Look, women don't. Look, if you try to look nicely, you don't smoke.
Yeah, you don't talk to women like that either, mate.
Assholes.
The internet has been up in arms about who's right and who's in the wrong here. So let's think about this for a second. The first thing that is abundantly clear is that the tourists shouldn't be smoking there, since according to this article I found, smoking is not allowed on the slopes, and there are areas specifically dedicated for that purpose. You can actually see one right behind them on this video. So to me, their excuse of, oh, we didn't know it's our first time, doesn't really fly. But also, just like on this guy's other videos, he isn't really interested about telling them politely, since the moment the woman answers with sorry, he starts screaming at her.
Don't smoke, it's private. Sorry, what sorry?
And immediately the woman starts screaming back, which isn't really a good look for her either. After this situation de-escalates a bit, the guy filming then goes back for more and raises his snowboard in air as a way to show that he has a weapon of sorts. Luckily, the husband comes in between them and fully de-escalates the situation. So who's in the wrong? In this case, both. The tourists clearly shouldn't be smoking there, and they most likely knew that it was against the rules. But the Japanese guy is also crazy and very clearly does this just as a way to start fights with people, even though his initial stance is correct.